Chris Hipkins.
Mr Speaker, my question is to the Minister of Education. Is she satisfied that schools receive sufficient funding to deliver the New Zealand curriculum? If so, why?
Honourable Hekia Parata.
Mr Speaker, yes, because the government is investing more than $5 billion to support curriculum delivery in primary and secondary education. Despite tight fiscal constraints, this government has made year-on-year increases through the last 6 budgets and is now investing $10.1 billion in vote education, the highest ever.
Supplementary question, Mr Speaker.
Supplementary question, Chris Hipkins.
Why is she satisfied that school funding is sufficient to deliver the curriculum when parental donations to schools have increased by over 30% during Nationals Watch, meaning parents are now forking out almost $100 million a year in supposed donations to pay for their kids' education?
Honourable Hekia Parata.
Mr Speaker, I'm satisfied because we are investing just over $5 billion. What we do know is, though, that there has to be better discussions between boards and their parent communities about what they expect over and above the delivery of the curriculum. I don't have the specific figure to hand that indicates what the proportion of those donations are, but it is a very small percentage.
Supplementary question, Chris Hipkins.
Why does she believe that schools are sufficiently funded, given the latest NZCER national survey revealed that some schools are asking parents for donations of as much as $600 per year?
Honourable Hekia Parata.
Mr Speaker, I can but repeat my answer because we're investing the most ever into education that has ever been invested under any government, because we are getting the achievement lifts across the system, because we're investing in the quality of teaching and learning, including the initiative the Prime Minister announced in January of an additional net new $359 million into the profession, who are the key contributors to raising achievement.
Supplementary question, Chris Hipkins.
What action has the government taken to ease pressure on parents to contribute to school donations, given previous comments that, quote, "it's about time government admitted education is not free," and "without fundraising, schools are screwed," both of which came from Bill English when he was in opposition?
Honourable Hekia Parata.
Mr Speaker, schooling has never been free. It's been a cost to the taxpayer, and now the cost that the taxpayer is bearing is $10.1 billion into schools. Parents have always paid extra for things they particularly want, but the government is fully funding the delivery of the school curriculum, and we are seeing more achievement, and we know that because we have data and information that tells us factually, rather than the kinds of myths that that member is keen on perpetrating.
Supplementary question, Mr Speaker.
Supplementary question, Chris Hipkins.
Does she agree with Bill English's comment in 2004 that school education in New Zealand is not free for parents? If not, why not?
Honourable Hekia Parata.
Mr Speaker, I agree with almost everything that Mr English says, including that well, the great thing about this party is that we can have robust debates about what will make the difference, and that is what we do, including that the nice problem we have is a rising GDP. Notwithstanding that, within that we've increased the amount of funding for education. We put our money where our mouths are.
Supplementary question, Mr Speaker.
Order. Order. Supplementary question, Chris Hipkins.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Why is she satisfied that schools are adequately funded when there are increasing reports that schools are putting pressure on parents to make donations?
Point of order, Grant Robertson.
I noticed that the Minister actually couldn't hear anything because of her colleague's noise, so perhaps you might observe that.
Order. 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 I invite Mr Hipkins to start his question again.
Thank you very much, Mr Speaker. Why is she satisfied that schools are adequately funded when there are increasing reports that schools are putting pressure on parents to make donations, including by removing students from classes and leaving them in the school hall, and giving bag labels to children whose parents have paid donations in an attempt to shame the parents who haven't?
Honourable Hekia Parata.
Mr Speaker, of 2,538 schools in New Zealand, one school did that, and we dealt with that matter. But in the meantime, I have difficulty keeping track of where the member is because education is such a priority, it's on the second bench. But never mind, we have been focusing on how we raise achievement, and that's what we're doing. So we've got NCEA 2 at an average of 77%. We've got more Māori and more Pacific Island kids passing NCEA. We've got national standards telling us that we've increased reading, writing and mathematics, and we're getting that for the investment that we're making.
Question number 12, Alfred Naro on behalf of the Honourable Phil Heatley.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. On behalf of the Honourable Phil Heatley, to the Minister of Senior Citizens,